Surprise, surprise. We're back. Welcome to Learn English with Football with me, teacher Zdenek. And my guest today is Nrup. Hi, Nrup.
Hey Zdenek, long time.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a while. It's been a while. I moved to
It has.
Vietnam. I'm in
Yeah,
Vietnam now.
yeah, indeed. Yeah, surprise stuffs, and yeah, it feels a bit weird, but at the same time, it feels like nothing has changed, even though there has been a huge gap between the
Mm.
podcasts. But yeah, it's good to be back.
Yeah, I have been doing some videos on my YouTube channel, but the football show, it was a bit too much for me to handle. I missed it in a way because it was always nice to catch up with my mates to talk about
I miss it
football.
every Mondays. I'm like, yeah, it's the podcast time.
Yeah, I have still been watching the games. Yeah, I haven't missed the important ones, of course. But yeah, here we are again. So let's talk football.
Let's go for it.
Okay. So how does this show start? I think it starts with this.
Matches we have seen.
Yeah. So
Well, I've been following all the Arsenal games. I don't know where we left last time,
I
but
think,
yeah,
yeah, let's
and
just deal with this weekend. Otherwise, this
right.
we would need
So
like 10 hours for the whole show. So,
absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I watched the game Arsenal versus Everton away,
Mhm.
and that's it.
That's it. Okay. So
Yeah,
personally, I actually saw three games. I have a soft spot for West Ham as well. So
right.
I saw the West Ham games against Newcastle, and then I also watched a fantastic game between your favorite team, Tottenham, and Manchester City.
Wow. So
Yeah.
lots
So
of
that
mixed emotions since all the three games had different results or results
exactly.
that you didn't expect. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. That was a great weekend for a neutral fan for sure.
neutral fan, yeah, for sure. Right.
Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we can move on to the biggest surprise.
Right.
What would be the
So
biggest surprise for you?
the game where the game that I watched, and that was Arsenal versus Everton. I
Hmm.
was surprised considering the season that we are going through and the records that we are breaking.
Hmm.
I didn't expect us to lose away with such with the way we played. Yeah, I expected
Yeah.
the game to be a tough one considering our statistics
Hmm.
that we have had in their stadium. But yeah, it's just I'm disappointed and I'm surprised with Everton squad as well.
I messaged you right before this game, or was it maybe during the game?
During the early stages of the game.
And when I saw the way we played and the
Yeah,
energy that Everton had, I've
right,
messaged you I think twice at least saying that I wouldn't be surprised if we lost that game.
right.
Which makes me feel like maybe this was not my biggest surprise. I think
Mm,
my biggest surprise was the way that West Ham United got their draw. It wasn't
mm,
just a fluke. They deserved that draw against Newcastle. They might
right,
have even been the better team, to be honest with you. They had a lot of chances, a lot of shots on target, and
right,
I was happy because obviously West Ham United are in the relegation scrap right now, and I don't know how David Moyes survived
mm,
this period, to be honest with you, because at one point they had like one point from something like six matches or something like
right.
that.
Yeah,
So it was nice to see, first of all, West Ham beat Everton, which happened in the previous round, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and now
yes,
to get another point at a very very tough ground, which is the Newcastle Stadium. Um, a fantastic point against a really strong team and a well-deserved one. So that's the biggest surprise for me. It looks like they're back. So it looks like the players play for the manager. Yep.
I agree with you. Yeah, absolutely.
So I think Moyes survived the worst, and now he's there to stay. at West Ham, which is not something fans are happy with. But personally,
Yeah,
I don't mind so much. Okay, so that's the biggest surprise. And what's the next? What's the next segment? Nope. Do you remember?
hero of the week. I'm not sure.
Not yet. Not yet. No,
Not yet.
that comes later.
I think I'm not sure. I think we just probably talk about the games that we watched. Like just
Yeah,
continue. I'm not sure.
that's right. Game week highlights. By the way,
Yeah.
if my voice is not loud enough, that's because I'm in a hotel room. I don't want to shout too much because I don't know if there are some people above me or next to me because it's currently 1:15 a.m. So you know, you guys let me
Wow.
know. Whoever is watching this live, please let me know in the comments if you can hear me well. If not, well, I'll have to start shouting or something. Anyway, nope. Game week highlights. So I think since it's you, an Arsenal fan, then maybe we will just spend most of the time talking about the Arsenal game against Everton,
Yeah.
which our favorite team Arsenal lost 1-0.
hmm Yeah.
So
Extremely disappointed by the result.
mm,
Considering how we have broken records. When you think of it, we have had the best start. I don't know, since decades in the Premier League, and we have already surpassed Invincibles at this stage.
mhm.
And we are the title contenders, and our opponent was Everton, who just had their new manager, and they are probably one of the weakest teams in the Premier League, and they have been under immense pressure. And considering how we have won just one game in the past 5 years at Everton away, we were looking red hot when it came to breaking records, and I was really positive for some good thrash or for a comfortable win. Not for a dominant win, but like for a comfortable win, 1-0 or 2-0. But yeah, we were just outclassed by Sean Dyche's tactics, and with the atmosphere that Goodinson Park had. I think they had fantastic atmosphere, good
Yeah.
backup. They had good backing for the team, and yeah, we were just poor. We were really poor.
Mhm.
I don't think our forwards were clinical enough, and I think we started with the same squad, with the same starting 11 for 5 consecutive games, and I think Arteta should have had some rotation. I think Tierney should have started, and Tomiyasu as well.
Mhm.
I think we should have had some really good rotation with this squad. Kudos to Sean Dyche. He made a perfect start to his managerial career against
Yeah.
Arsenal,
So
and
obviously, here just to
yeah,
remind our followers that he replaced obviously Frank Lampard
Frank Lampard. Yeah,
as the manager of Everton because Everton at the time were bottom of the league. So a terrible, terrible position to be in,
right.
and an inevitability as well. So Sean Dyche is a firefighter manager. That exactly that kind of manager you want to get if you are fighting for relegation. So
Yeah,
fighting for to stay up. So um, good choice, smart move, a good timing as well. I think, ironically, this is the kind of match where you have nothing to lose. Nobody the pressure is off. It's the new manager. The pressure is off. Nobody expects you to even get a point because Arsenal have been flying this season.
absolutely.
Only Manchester United have beaten them or us.
Right.
So this was the perfect start, a perfect match to start in a home match. That's important. The crowd were fantastic
Fantastic. Yeah,
at Goodison Park. That energy, that new energy. A clean broom sweeps well. Right? That's the phrase.
right.
And yeah, it's
I
the
mean, I
manager
have,
bounce. I
yeah,
think the
yeah.
phrase is manager bounce. You know this phrase? No.
Manager bounce, absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I I would like to give credit to Everton. I think they played a fair game. They
Mhm.
were even more, let's say, ruthless they got lots of yellow cards, and they were physical. They showed some fight, and I remember watching the All or Nothing Tottenham, and Jose Mourinho, he said in one of the episodes that Tottenham were being too good, and to be a good team, you have to be the bad boys. You have to be bad, and I think that's what Arsenal were missing. And I think Arsenal should have shown some fight. And it's these games where Arsenal needs to, give away a bit of yellows and a bit of fouls, and they need to change
Mm.
their team a bit. And Arsenal, I think, yeah, Mikel Arteta, I think he miscalculated this time.
You think it's his fault? Or you think
Uh,
he underestimated the opponent? I wouldn't expect it from him actually.
I
Or
did not as well, but he has this habit of over depending on the same starting 11.
mm, mm.
And as you
Well,
have said, that it's been
fun
5
fact.
games in a Euro. Yeah, right.
Fun fact. The European competitions haven't even started yet, so the players
Exactly.
shouldn't really be that tired
No,
towards them.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's just I expected a really good rotation, not like everyone to be subbed off, but like
But why would
consider
you? Sorry, Noob, just to play the devil's advocate
right,
here.
right.
Why would you change the team that has been working so well? If it ain't broken, don't fix it, right?
Well, that's not the point. You have also have an opponent with a different tactic. It's Sean Dyke. He has a different tactics compared to Frank Lampard, and it's a new team. It's an away game, new manager. So I expected some fresh faces from our squad as well, because it would give them some motivation. For them, it would be a big game. So yeah,
So
I
he
expected
should have
players. Absolutely,
taken it into account, like this sort of
absolutely.
atmosphere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked some changes. And
Yeah.
also, I think our players, our substitutions, they are fully fit. I don't think any of the players have had any short-term injuries where they
Isn't
needed.
El Neni injured?
No, I'm
Mohamed
talking.
El Neni.
Yeah, I'm talking about the players that are currently in our benches. I mean, Mohamed El Neni is injured. Even Emil Smith Rowe recently got a
Yeah, but
small setback.
Gabriel Jesus, right, is injured.
And Gabriel Jesus as well. But like, if you talk about TNE, if you talk about, we have got new signings like, Jakub Kivior, and you talk
Yeah.
about Jorginho. So I think
Oh,
it would have been
what
a
do you think?
perfect
What do you
it
think
would have
about
been a
him?
perfect game.
What
Well,
do you think about
Jorginho,
Jorginho joining us? Like there have been
uh,
some
it's a
really
bit weird one.
skeptical sort of
It has,
comments or reactions from Arsenal
absolutely.
fans. So where do
Same
you
same for me as
where
well.
do you stand on the
I think it's
Jorginho thing?
50-50. The 50 part is that I'm as well skeptical, but at the same time, you have to realize like we were skeptical as well with Ramsdale. When you think
Yeah.
of it, spending 35 million to 40 million on a player from Sheffield who just got relegated, and look where Ramsdale is right now.
Hmm.
So yeah, on other side, I saw one of the videos from Cucurella, and he said that the most intelligent player from Chelsea at the moment was Jorginho,
Hmm.
and considering the amount of intelligence and experience that Jorginho would have provided in our team, would be great. And you're paying 10 million plus add-ons for a 31-year-old player. I think it's quite cheap.
I'm not paying for anything.
I know, but like, in this market where some teams are spending 120 million for some forward from Ukrainian league, I don't think it's bad to get a player
Are
from
you are
Premier
you,
League.
are you referring to anyone specific called Mudrik,
I don't know, some Mudrik guy, yeah, sure.
which who we were trying to get but failed
We
to
almost
beat
got him, yeah,
Chelsea's incredibly high offer in the end.
exactly.
So yeah,
So I don't
are
think
you
it's
bitter about that? Are you bitter about that?
absolutely, man, absolutely. I mean, he was our backup to, right now when you see Saka underperforming, he would have been a perfect backup for Saka, considering Marquinhos is now loaned off to Fulham. Emil Smith Rowe is injured. We don't have any proper backup for Saka.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh,
our team players, when you see Odegaard, he has been the star player for most of the games. He wasn't really good when it came to teams that when it comes to teams that press a lot. And Everton,
hmm.
they were pressing a lot, and I could barely see Odegaard. And in games like these, we need players who are extremely fast and young and
Well,
physical.
we have the new Patrick Vieira, right?
We do, but I don't. Yeah, well,
What's his
like I
name?
said,
What's his
Fabio
first?
Vieira.
Fabio Vieira. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good backup for Odegaard. But like I said, Arteta should have had some changes
Hmm.
before the game.
Hmm. Okay then. Okay. What
But
about
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to say like the disappointment wasn't there for a long time after looking at what happened at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad that we are still alive.
Yeah. We can talk about it a little bit later.
Right.
Once we deal with this game. You know what Arteta said after this match?
Yeah, he said that he loves the players even more than before, and
That's not.
I think it just shows that it was his fault, and it wasn't the players' fault because
You think so? You
I
think
think
it
so.
was
Yeah,
an admission?
yeah, I
To,
think it was an admission. Like he messed it up because the players they gave their best, but they probably followed his tactics. But yeah,
so he loves them even more that they listened
that
to
they
him, that
followed, they listened
obeyed
to him. Yeah,
obeyed his orders.
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, man. It could be, but I thought it was quite funny because normally you
Yeah.
don't get this from managers that lose their games.
Yeah, and also Arteta. I mean, Arteta. When you see the way his responses when he loses his games, he gives a really good interview. I like his interviews when he loses his games. Actually,
Well, don't say that. Don't say
I
that.
know, I know, I know. You don't say that normally, but like, yeah, from the last season, yeah,
Mm,
I like his interviews. He's very wise.
okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Is he smarter than Jorginho? Then he said so. Jorginho is a smart player.
he is a smart player, but yeah, I mean, I guess your
He has
vibe
good
attracts.
penalties. His penalties are excellent, right?
He does, but he's our agent when you think of it. I remember when he misplaced the ball to the goalkeeper and then he gave us a goal.
That was like
So yeah,
last year when Arsenal
last
played
season, I
Chelsea,
think so.
and
Yeah,
he was playing for Chelsea, and he made a terrible mistake,
right.
and that led to Arsenal's goal.
Agent
So
Jorginho,
at that time, we were already looking at him, and he
exactly.
may have done something for us, I think. And now
Right,
we decided to offer him a contract.
exactly.
I don't think there is any connection, to be honest, but it's just funny to explore this idea.
Right. I mean, we lost the Caicedo deal, so we didn't have anyone, and our squad is just too young. So I don't think it's a bad idea to add some experience and age to our squad,
Hmm,
some maturity.
absolutely. Speaking of this, do you still think we need to upgrade in some positions?
Absolutely. When it comes to attack, when it comes to our defense, as in
Hmm,
fullbacks and midfield, I would say in all elements because when you look at our current position, our current squad, we have changed our views. Like I think we are title contenders, and we are into UCL. So yeah, we need to make some really big changes, get rid of some players who are not good enough for our future
hmm.
competitions. So yeah,
The so-called deadwood, as they call it in England.
yeah,
We need to
Deadwood.
get rid of our deadwood. Do we have any deadwood? Because I think
I think so.
Arteta managed to uh, get rid of most of it. I think.
I think Ellen is a Deadwood at the moment. He's injury prone,
Hmm.
and yeah, I'm not sure about Emil Smith Rowe. I think we'll have to see one more season.
Come on,
Uh,
come
I
on.
mean, one more season.
He's still young. We need him.
He's still young. Yeah, we do.
He's great. He's a great player.
But he's
Yeah,
just injury prone, and not all
yeah,
players that are technically good and who are rising in terms of performances, if they're injury prone, then it's useless. And
yeah,
Arsenal have a good
but
record of having such players.
that's true. But I think Emil Smith Rowe will really be
Right,
good for Arsenal. He'll still be good.
right.
Yeah, I
And
wouldn't
apart from that,
write him
right,
off at all. Actually,
I agree with you. And Lokonga, he could be a
someday, yeah,
Deadwood,
yeah.
but again, I think he just needs confidence. And I'm glad that he has gone to Crystal Palace and he's going to play under a manager who used to play his position, or who used to be a master of his position, Patrick
Patrick
Vieira.
Vieira. Not
I
not
think,
Fabio Vieira, but Patrick Vieira. Yeah.
yeah, he's the master when it comes to defensive midfielding, and I hope he comes back stronger and adds a good
That's
depth to our
actually
squad.
that's true. That's actually quite a good point. I didn't
Yeah,
realize that. Yeah, that's a great connection there. Yeah, that's like a master plan almost.
absolutely. So
Let's hope he
yeah,
scores an own goal when we play Crystal Palace or something as well.
let's hope.
Yeah. Okay, Noop. I think we can talk a little bit about that City game. I mean, you haven't seen it, but you
Yeah,
know the result. So we can talk
absolutely.
about the impact it may have and stuff like that. So basically, what happened is that our biggest rival, Tottenham Hotspur, who were at the time in something like fifth place, I believe, fifth place, as
Right.
far as I know, fifth, sixth place. They managed to beat Manchester City. Actually, Tottenham are a bit of a bogey team for Manchester City because they generally don't do really well at the Ward Height,
White Hart
White
Lane,
Hart Lane. Thank you.
but it's not White Hart Lane anymore. It's Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah, but
So yeah, I mean, but yeah, I remember the earliest memories I have was against Pochettino, USL semi-final, UCL semi-final, that hat trick by Lucas Moura in Wembley Stadium, though. But still, Tottenham away has always been a bit of
heel.
an Achilles heel
Yep. Yep.
for City.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So it may not be a huge surprise, but in this context, and also considering that one day before that, Arsenal lost their game, so this was a massive, massive opportunity for City to close the gap on Arsenal.
Absolutely.
It would only be 2 points had it happened. Uh, granted, Arsenal had still have a game in hand, but still a very good chance to put some pressure on Arsenal. But it was not.
Yeah.
It was not to be, and it actually is a huge disaster for Manchester City.
Yeah,
Uh,
Manchester City, they just did a Tottenham with the game, because they were, if if they had won the game, they would face us next week on Wednesday, and if they had won that game as well, considering they have a fairly good chance because they have recently defeated us in the FA Cup game. So yeah, they would be the league toppers, and
yeah.
it would have changed the whole thing.
But now the momentum is again. It's all in our hands, right? In
Right, we still
Arsenal's.
have the game
Yeah.
because
So this game, I watched the game, and yeah, City had more of the ball as you would expect, but they did not look like that Manchester City team that everybody fears. I think
right.
Haaland didn't even have one touch in the box or something.
Wow,
Something as ridiculous as that. Like he normally doesn't have that many touches. He's that kind of player. But this game, I think Tottenham defense was so good. They were really solid, and they didn't have Antonio Conte on the bench. I think he was recovering for some kind of
really? Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
He had some surgery, appendicitis or something, or some
surgery.
gallbladder stuff.
He wasn't in even on the bench,
Wow.
and they looked so solid, Tottenham defensively. And then of course Harry Kane scored a goal. By the way, he became the top goal scorer by scoring that goal. Like
Right.
the television, they were showing
Yeah.
images of him scoring goals, and they were
He's the
celebrating
third
it.
player. He's the third player after Wayne Rooney and Alan Shearer to score more than
That's right.
200 goals in Premier
That's
League.
right. And I think he
So
has only like 8 goals on Rooney or something, and then
right,
60 goals on Shearer or something like that.
Shearer.
I saw the
Right.
table. So
Right.
he just needs okay, maybe
Three,
three,
four seasons. 3, 4 seasons. I
four
mean,
seasons, and he's 29, right? So
right.
it's always going to happen. So
That's only if
yeah,
he stays in Premier League.
yeah,
But yeah, I think the way how I see it, when I was looking at the stats and on paper, it looked like Tottenham were really motivated. Like, they wanted to win this game for Conte. They wanted to win this game for their performance that they have had, the setbacks, the pressure.
Mm.
And on the other side, City, I think something has happened ever since the winter transfer window, after the exit of Cancelo and rumors with Bernardo Silva also looking for some exit. I think something is going on, and
Yeah.
also with the economic crisis or the
Yeah.
allegations that City has had recently, something
No.
is brewing up in City. Something
Yeah.
is really brewing up.
Not just allegation. I think they released some kind of statement that
Right.
they will have to be punished for breaking
Some sort of
financial rules. Yeah.
financial rules. Yeah. Something
I think
FFP.
they withheld information about
Hmm.
their finances or something like that. I
I'm
mean,
not sure about the
I think it's
details.
quite serious. It's quite serious. I think
Right.
I don't know if we have the official statement or if these were just some leaks, but apparently,
Apparently, City they cannot make City they cannot make an official appeal as well. Like this has been an official claim by the
okay.
English Premier League, and City they are their response was that they're surprised by the allegations, and they're gonna consult an independent organization or an independent council to have a look at this matter. So I'm not sure how this is
Mhm.
gonna turn out,
Yeah.
but
Who
they
knows?
are
Like,
they are not
yeah.
the first team. They are not the first team this season that has been uh, that has been had such allegations. If you look at Serie A, Juventus has had such allegations,
Oh,
and they have lost 15
no,
points.
I don't think it's allegation. I don't think allegations is the right word. Yeah. So allegations, it's almost like like people say it's like rumors. But I think
I
this
thought
is
it's
this.
more like a blame.
No, allegation allegedly means supposedly. Yeah, in English. So
Right, right,
allegations, it's like there are some sort of rumors. People say that this, but
right.
this is, I think, what happened to Juventus. This is already official, right?
Official. Yeah,
This is
yeah.
already official. They
But
have
what
been
happened to City? Yeah,
deducted 15 points or something as
yeah.
ridiculous as that.
For Juventus is official, but
Yeah.
yeah, Juventus they still have time to appeal, but I don't know what's going on over there.
Mm,
It's complicated.
exactly. I'm
But
just
yeah,
looking up. Yeah.
when I looked at
Okay.
City's tactics, it was
Okay.
weird to see.
Yeah.
It was
I
just
just
weird to see City not starting with Kevin De Bruyne, and they were playing with 4-4-2 formation. It was just weird to see
it
what's
has.
Pep
It's not.
going.
It's also not the first time this has happened. It seems like Guardiola doesn't trust De Bruyne as he used to. De Bruyne, one of the best players in the league. I love
Yeah,
De
but
Bruyne.
he has had some injury recently, so
Yeah, but he wasn't even good in the Belgium team in the World Cup. So I think
right.
that might be linked to that as well.
I mean, he's aging. He's 31, so
Yeah, come on, but that's if you are this type of player.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Nru, but I know there are some players who are much older than
Hmm.
that, and with this sort of football, the way he plays, it's about his vision, it's about his
Absolutely.
through passes, it's about his intelligence on the pitch, and I don't think age matters so much. You know, if you are a fast player that relies on their acceleration and on their pace,
Hmm.
and then you start aging, then you're in trouble. But when it comes to a smart player like that, intelligent
Hmm.
player, I think you don't age so
Hmm.
fast, in my opinion. Anyway, going back to the word allegations, I've just found the definition. It's a statement made without giving proof that someone
Right.
has done something wrong or illegal. Yeah. So that's why, like, I'm not sure.
So in City's
Yeah,
case, yeah, it's not an allegation. It's a
it's official.
clear, it's
Official
official. Yeah,
statement. I think there were some
statement.
statements made, but let's say
Absolutely.
we don't know what the im- the repercussions will be, right? What the
Mm. I mean, it's not the first time City has had such blames. Before also they were accused of the similar situation, and they were probably banned from UCL football and stuff like that. And
yeah.
they made a nice comeback.
But we'll see what will happen. But
Yeah, we'll see.
basically,
We'll see.
I think what it does do already is it adds to it puts more pressure on City. It sort of s- makes the atmosphere around that club even worse because I think it was
Absolutely.
Guardiola himself who has been actually he has been complaining about a lack of support from his
Mm.
own fans. He
Hmm.
says that the fans are not sort of into the team enough. I think it's
Absolutely.
because they are basically they have they have won so much in the recent
Mm.
years that when that happens, sort of numbs you. I don't know if that's the
Yeah,
right
it's
word, but it's
yeah. It
just
reminds you. It reminds me of United under Ferguson. Like they were winning so much that the fans were taking him for granted, and
yeah,
they didn't realize how important it is. And the same goes for Barcelona fans under Messi. They were winning so much until they realized,
yeah.
okay, once he's gone, they will have to unite. And yeah, I think this is the time where fans and the club has to be together than ever, because once it's official, things are gonna go from bad to worse. And I
Mm.
remember Pep was saying that if the club is not honest to him, he would
He
leave
will he will
immediately,
he
like
will
the
go.
next
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Yeah, and once
It
Pep
was a
goes,
threat. It was a threat
it was
from
a
him
threat, yeah.
basically.
And once
Mm.
Pep goes, I think the players will go as well,
Yeah.
because the project is by Pep Guardiola and not by City.
Well, but they have the money, right? So there will be new
They do,
players
yeah, but
who
it
will
won't
be
be the
good,
same.
good players, but it could end up being the same as at Chelsea.
Absolutely,
Lot of expensive players, but not really producing any good performances, right?
yeah. I'm looking forward to
So
Chelsea's response, or like some sort of uh, research happening on Chelsea's financial issues, because
mm.
once it's out, I would like to see how the team performs.
Is this something going back to Abrahimovic's era, or this
No,
investigation? I didn't even know that that was the thing.
no, I'm not sure if the investigation is happening at the moment, but I think Chelsea will be the next team, because for if you see for the past couple
Mm.
transfer windows,
Yeah,
they have been
I
quite
agree.
dangerous. Like
I agree.
some, like when you make such moves, and when the audience, or when you see posts where people say that what, Super League actually wasn't a bad idea,
Mhm.
something is fishy. Then this
Yeah,
is
that's
basically this is
well.
tearing football.
But they also have a new owner that comes from America who doesn't understand. They doesn't have that that European and British mentality. So that's
Well, we
also,
don't know.
yeah, it's a bit weird. He wants
I
an
mean,
all-star game in the
I
Premier
mean,
League and
even
things
even
like that.
even we have American owners. Even
Yeah,
United have American owners, but
but
it
our American
depends.
owners seem to be like more humble, or they have learned from their mistakes. They are doing things right. But
Yeah,
that I'm not sure about the Chelsea owner. I think the Chelsea fans will agree with me that so far it hasn't been going really well. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not a Chelsea fan, so I don't know. If you are a Chelsea fan, let us know in the comments what you think.
yeah.
Okay, then. Right. So I think we have dealt with the gaming highlights really well. Thank you for that. And let's move on to the hero of the week. Who's your hero of the week?
Uh, I would have to say Sean Dyke. Uh, yeah, it's a tough one, but I think I have respect for him, with the way he played, and with the way he performed. He was really passionate. I was seeing him, like they showed him with the way he was talking to the players, and you are battling Arsenal, who are right now in red hot form, and Everton has been in such situation. So yeah, the way he managed the whole club, the way he managed the whole game, they were dominating the game. That pressing, the change of formation, change of squad. Kudos to him. He's the hero.
Okay, why not? And my hero of the week is going to be Aguirre. Um, you might be wondering who the hell is that? He's a West Ham United defender,
Okay.
American, American defender,
Yeah, I've never
and
heard of him.
yeah, he was injured at the start of the season for a long time,
Right.
and he started coming back. I think he had a few appearances right before the start of the World Cup, just a few
Okay.
cameos, and then he played well at the World Cup with Morocco. Right, they got into the quarterfinals, I believe.
Aha, so he's a
Uh,
Moroccan player. Okay,
Moroccan
never heard of.
player, and
Right.
he has been brilliant at West Ham. The best player in the last few games, and he
Wow.
played so well in this Newcastle game. He had one like last ditch clearance. Like it was incredible. Like there was a player that got a ball, and he was like 2 meters ahead of him, and he was going at the goal, and he only had the keeper to beat, but he managed somehow to make a tackle, last ditch tackle, and he didn't. That player didn't even shoot. So it was a great moment. But not just that. It's just been so dominant and reliable, really reliable. A
Wow.
great player, and I think if West Ham stay up, I hope so.
Well, I'm
He will
looking
be.
forward to see him when we face West Ham, and also I'm looking forward to seeing how he performs because English fans, they tend to always give a shout out and always give some sort of support to all their players. So yeah,
Mm,
hopefully we see him in the news and on the
yeah.
football posts. But yeah,
Mm.
I didn't expect you to say his name, but I would like to give an honorable mention to Harry Kane. He's also a hero. I thought he would be your hero
Uh, you,
because
you,
he
you
has
don't have
scored the goal.
you don't have permission to do that. Sorry.
Right,
Yeah, we cannot have heroes of the week from Tottenham on this
right,
channel. Yeah,
absolutely,
don't do that.
right.
Okay,
But yeah,
fine.
it was
I'll
my
give you I'll
honorable
give you an
mention.
exception.
So yeah, he was my honorable mention, Harry Kane, for helping us maintain the gap with City.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay then. Yeah, that's fair enough. No, he is a good player. Harry Kane. Let's be honest. Uh, okay. How about villain of the week?
For me, it has to be Jurgen Klopp.
Come on.
Yeah, I think his time is up with Liverpool.
No
Uh,
way.
with yeah, yeah, absolutely. He hasn't been getting things right um,
But
with his
mate,
signings,
mate.
with
But
his.
listen to me. Listen to
Yeah,
me.
tell me.
You're not consistent. Look,
What do you mean?
last season, 14 days before the end of the season, we were talking about a quadruple. Liverpool were in for a quadruple. They could have won
Absolutely
four competitions.
right.
Now, this season, they just something is going on. Yeah, they have some injuries and
Yeah,
things didn't. Some players are out of form, like Salah and so on, which
but
is
yeah.
understandable after that last season as well.
Hmm.
So why the reason I'm saying that you are a bit inconsistent is because when this was happening at Arsenal with Arteta, you were like, oh, we should stick with Arteta, and he had a terrible end to the season, and things were not going well, and you always supported him. But now Klopp, he has been so great. He has been overperforming with this squad. Their finances have never been as good as City's or Chelsea's or even United's or even Arsenal. I'm not sure if it's comparable,
I
but
mean, with the signings that they have made, I'm not sure about their finances because I don't want to talk about the how much money do they have, but I would like to talk about how much money they spend. And okay, good for them that they spent money that they received from Coutinho on such two key players. But when you look at Gakpo and Darwin Nunes and other key players, I'm not sure they're doing well. And when I said that his time is up,
mm,
it's because his interviews and his responses
yeah.
to his criticism, and also he has won everything at Liverpool. Like there's nothing more to win for him, and I think he needs a different challenge. And
You think
I
he has
don't think,
become, yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
I don't. I think it'll be too toxic for him and for the players as well if he continues
mm,
next season with the way they have been performing. And I think it would be a bittersweet end, if not for bitter end. There would be some sweetness if he leaves this season
mm, mm,
with a head held high because we wouldn't like to see him end like Bielsa or like how Mourinho ended with Chelsea
yeah.
twice.
I still think it will be difficult for the owners to sack. He would have to walk himself because
Yeah, that's what. No, I want him to walk away himself. Like, I've
yeah,
been seeing his face. Like, he has had like his wrinkles and the way he has become pale in every interview and his short tempered and frustration. And I completely understand. But he's a top manager. he has won everything, and I don't expect him to behave like that. I expect him
Yeah.
to have some sort of pride in himself, some sort of,
Mm.
you know, accept the reality.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I would love to hear from Liverpool fans. So hopefully we will have a chance to
Yeah,
talk to
yeah,
Paul or other Liverpool fans in the
absolutely.
future because I want to know their opinion. Speaking of sacked managers, uh, not Marcelo Bielsa, sorry, Jesse Marsh
Jesse
uh,
Marsh, yeah,
is no longer the Leeds manager. So that's something that happened today, I believe.
right.
So yeah,
That was a shocker, considering he saved them from relegation last season, and he
exactly.
was pretty good actually.
Yeah, I thought he had some.
Yeah, like after losing Rafinha and other couple of key players, I think he did a decent job.
Hmm? Well, my villain of the week is going to be Casemiro.
Yeah, he was my second in name, if not for Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, the reason he gets this title is because of the way he got his red card,
Yeah,
which was some sort of a scuffle
and
after
do not forget
after
that this is his career's first ever red card.
I heard it was second, but never
I think
mind.
it's I think
Either
it's the first one.
okay, either
So
first or
yeah,
second doesn't matter. But the way it happened, he was basically choking a player. Can you guys believe it? He was choking a player after like during a scuffle. Scuffle is like when there was some sort of moment where a player got kicked or the passage of game was interrupted, and then the players started sort of bumping into each other. Usually, no punches are thrown or anything because with the VAR, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be sent off. But Casemiro thought he would get away with choking a player. He was holding the player down
yeah,
with hands around his neck, and the face, the face that I can't remember the name of the player that was being choked, but it, do you know who it was? No, I can't
I
remember.
have no idea.
I can't remember. Anyway, but the horrifying look on his face, I think that tells you everything you need to know. That was a moment of madness from Casemiro, who otherwise is a great player, in my opinion. So, yeah. Despite that, United managed to win that game, though, 2-1.
And close the gap
Yeah,
with
United have
City.
been doing really great as well.
Yeah, yeah.
We have to give them a mention too. Okay, Nope. We also have to give a mention to. Is
Oh,
it that?
no, I'm not sure about that one. I'm not looking forward to this segment of your show.
Really? Why not?
Well, I haven't been following the app at all. So many times I forgot to change my squad. I I have had many miscalculations and, you know, yeah, just bad judgments, bad decisions
You know what?
to a downfall. But
I,
yeah, let's go
I, ha-
for it.
I had the weirdest week ever. You guys are gonna laugh.
Wow.
So I've decided to give Rashford triple captaincy, which is one of the chips you can play only once per season. I gave it to Rashford because they have two games, so they have a double game week, Manchester United. And look what happened. Everyone in my team blanked. Everyone has 1 or 2 points. Mount has 3 points, but that's still bad. But Rashford got 12 points, which is tripled for me, and they still
Damn
have one
it.
game in hand against Leeds. So I still have a chance that Rashford saves it for me. But this round, it's the worst round for me, but the best choice of triple captaincy I could have gone for, I think. So I don't know how to feel about this. I have mixed feelings. It's quite bizarre, I think.
Yeah. I'm surprised you have Mount and Robertson. I mean, they haven't
You
been
know what?
given
I need to use my wild card ASAP, basically, with
right,
this team. Yeah.
especially with Cancelo and,
Yeah.
Robertson.
Even Inks is not a good choice, I think.
You should even change your goalkeepers. I'm planning to sell Ederson. Like, I
Yeah.
haven't been able to get so many points.
Let's look at your team then.
Yeah, let's not. Just look
Uh,
at my subs. They have been terrible.
I'm in the 10th place in our league, by the way, Teachers Zdenek League.
Wow.
And it's going to be impossible to
The
catch up
top
with
three, the top
Mohammed.
three have been, yeah.
I don't know who Mohammed is, but he's another level. Like no one is nowhere near him.
Right.
I,
Well, look at Ben Gill. He got some 72 points. That's pretty good. Wow.
yeah, Ben is great. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at your team then. 31 points.
Yeah, below average. I still,
Hmm.
yeah, just look at my goalkeeper. I made a massive,
You captain Trippier.
yeah, I did because I really thought that he's gonna maintain a clean sheet against West Ham,
Yeah.
and you know how the form they have been going through.
Yeah.
And I also had high expectations from my wingers, Saka and Martinelli.
Yeah, it's a real shame that Christian Eriksen is what's happening
He's
to him. Is
injured.
he
Yeah,
injured?
yeah. I sold him. I sold him. He's
Mm.
injured for a long time. So
Yeah, but you still have him for this round, which is a shame because they have double game week.
yeah, but he won't be playing. So
Mm. Yeah, it's a shame.
yeah,
We
but I
still
made
can get
some good.
some points from Martinez, but yeah.
Yeah, but I think I sold Ericsson for Rashford. So
Yeah, you need to have Rashford now. You cannot play without
absolutely,
Rashford. It's,
absolutely.
it's a big
I'm glad
mistake
to
because
have him,
he's
and
the most
yeah,
he's the most
I'm also
informed
having
player right now.
I'm
Yeah.
also having second thoughts about Darwin Nunes. Like he's not at all helping me. His value is going down.
Mm.
He's just not at all being
Yeah,
good.
it's not just him, right? It's the entire Liverpool team. Like
Yeah,
you wouldn't have Mohamed Salah now, who was like for how many years he was the best FPL asset to own in your team
absolutely,
for like
absolutely.
4 years in a row
Hmm.
or something. But now like he's not good enough.
Actually, your midfield is very similar to mine. Even I have De Bruyne and Gross. Oh, sorry, no,
Well,
that's my squad. Sorry, sorry.
no, it's your squad, but you
Yeah,
have
sorry.
Saka and I also have Saka and Martinelli. So, but
Right.
now I'm not sure about Martinelli anymore. To be honest with you, I
Yeah,
don't.
same, same. Now he's my backup for Rashford. Like if because
Yeah.
Rashford he's not consistent, but whenever he performs really well. So it depends on the opponents, and also he's very injury prone.
Mm.
Whereas Martinelli, he's fit and he's consistent. Like he can always give you 3-4 points here and there if Arsenal performs well.
Well, right now you want to keep those two players because Arsenal have a double game week. Uh,
Exactly.
So you want to hold on to them, but
Yeah.
maybe it's time to replace that midfield soon because I think there will be a lot of pressure on Arsenal now, and obviously
Yeah.
I wish them all the best. I hope they
Hmm.
win the league, but
Yeah. Yeah. It's going
I
to be a
think it's
tough.
going to be harder and harder
Yeah.
because the closer it gets, uh, their the players' feet will be tied or hands will be tied or whatever the expression is.
Even
So
De Bruyne has been letting me down for a couple 2-3 weeks because he lost against Man United. He didn't play the next game because of injury, and then he had like 45 minutes of game time against Tottenham. That also he lost. So I lost lots of points because of De Bruyne as well.
yeah, okay, Andrew, fantastic. I think I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I'm quickly going to do the last part, the language corner. You can stay for this because I'm going to do it really quickly today. So you can
Right.
stay for this if you want. I'll do it quickly. Okay, so I've picked out a few expressions here that mostly you use and for you to share it in the comments.
I think your voice is a bit inconsistent. Could you
Okay,
be?
how about now? How about now?
Yeah. Now it's all right. Yeah. Now it's all
Yeah,
right.
sorry. Yeah. Um, okay, so here we go. We have already surpassed the Invincibles at this stage. So you were talking about the Arsenal's point tally and the number of
Exactly.
points we have, and it means in that season when Arsenal were invincible, meaning they didn't lose a single game the entire season in 38
Exactly.
matches. They at this stage we have more points than they did, which was like back in 2005 or four, one of those. So I just want to have a look at this verb to surpass, right? So surpass if you surpass something, you do better. You do better than expected, or something like that.
I think
You,
if you
you
surpass something, you
outperform. You
outperform the something.
yeah, outperform something. You get more points than some. Yeah.
Yeah,
Usually you use it when you're comparing two things as well. Yeah.
right.
You can also surpass your someone can surpass your expectations. That's a good collocation. So we could say that, I don't know, a player that you didn't expect to do well really did well. So for example, right now, Jorginho, I think most fans are very skeptical about him, but hopefully he will surpass our
Our
expectations
expectation.
and he will do better than we expect him to.
Yeah.
Right. Another one, another verb. And here we go. We were just outclassed by Shondai's tactics. um, I don't know if I'm spelling the name of Shondai correctly. By the way, if I'm not, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's correct.
It's correct. But now we are
Yeah.
looking at the verb to outclass someone. So we were referring to that game against Everton, Arsenal versus Everton. And we were outclassed. It means basically that Everton were better than us again, right? To be outclassed, to be outperformed, to just class, to show class. It means your level of your performance in this case, let's say. And if you're outclassed, it means yeah,
Yeah, just to make sure that this has nothing to do with the class system of the society. So yeah,
yeah, it means to be far superior to someone else, basically. So they were superior in that game than
yeah.
we
In
were.
terms of performance, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, of course. Exactly. Yeah, sometimes you lose a game and you are not outclassed, right? You just it's an unlucky defeat,
yeah.
let's say. But in
Unlucky
this
defeat. Yeah,
case, we were outclassed. Means
fair and square.
fair and square. They deserve to win. Okay. Uh, yeah. Then I use the phrase. It's manage a bounce. Okay. So the manage a bounce. Nope. I'm gonna quickly just check this one. I think it's the moment where you get a new manager and it brings new energy to the team.
Hmm.
And you get that feeling around the club, around the fans, that things could be better, things could improve, because it's just like everything is new, right? And then often what happens is that the team manages to bounce back. Like
Absolutely.
the manager is fired after a series of bad performances normally, and when they get a new manager, often this happens. It's like a phenomenon, I would say, phenomenon that occurs in football, that under a new manager, a team suddenly performs well, and it doesn't last very long often. Um, but there is this moment when it does, and that's at the start of. Also, it could be connected to the fact that the players under a new manager want to show their best, because um, it's like a clean slate for them, right? Those that
Yeah,
haven't been given enough opportunity, they can have a chance to show that they have what it takes. And those that have already been in the team but performing badly, uh, their position might be in jeopardy, in danger.
absolutely,
So they also
absolutely.
need to show their best. So it's a good moment for the team for sure. Okay, so that's the manager bounce. Obviously, to bounce, it's a verb. That's what happens to a ball when it drops to the ground and it kind of bounces and comes up again. In basketball, it happens often because the basketball is very bouncy ball, right? I think so. All right, then I said, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Remember, what was I talking about though? Do you
It was
remember the
about the
context?
yeah. It was about a starting 11 that Mikel Arteta he started the game with 5 games a row with the same starting 11.
Yeah, and you were saying that you would have expected him to rotate. I,
Absolutely.
on the other hand, was opposing your view. I said that I understood Arteta why he didn't do that, because if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So if it isn't broken, if it's still working, why would you fix it? And it's used in this kind of informal way. It's a idiomatic expression. If it ain't broken, ain't means isn't. Don't fix it. And so if something is working, don't change things. Just keep it the way it is. Leave it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just now put it up here. It would have been a perfect backup for Saka. So the word backup is quite a useful expression. So so Saka is the first team player. Backup is someone who comes when needed, but is not the first choice, right? That's what it means in football. But obviously,
Right.
this word has a different meaning as well. We use it when we talk about, let's say, our computer data. If you have some files on your computer,
Cloud storage.
yeah, for example, if you are writing your master's thesis at university, what you want to have is a backup of your thesis. You don't want to just risk having it on one
Topic.
drive, let's say, on one
Right.
laptop, because if something goes wrong, you lose everything. So you need a backup. Okay, I think we will leave it there. Nope, I think that's enough. Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much for featuring in this football
Yeah,
show.
glad to be back for a long
Yeah,
time, and
yeah.
yeah, hopefully
Oh, hopefully
we.
we will manage to keep this up again. You guys
Yeah,
have to let us know if you missed the show, if you think it's worth doing it again. It's something I enjoy doing, but at the same time, I have so many activities in my life, so many projects. I have the Zdenek's English podcast. I have this group called Achievers Chamber, which you guys can join. It's a group for high level learners where I can help you boost your fluency and improve your confidence when speaking, and just generally give you feedback on your English. And it's very affordable. So check that out on my website, teachersdenek.com. So I have so many things I'm involved in that it sort of felt right to take a little break, because I had more energy for other things. Also, being in a new country in Vietnam, it's you have to learn things, and there are some challenges that you have to deal with as well. But I've been enjoying it here so far, by the way. Yeah, but I hope we will be back with this show, because I have missed it.
yeah, likewise. Great. Thanks for the invite, Zdenek.
Yeah, anytime, Noop, anytime.
Yeah,
Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. And if you want to support this show, give it a like and subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends in that order.
ditto, ditto. Yeah, sorry, ditto. Yeah, this way. Same thing.
All right. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching, and bye.
Bye bye.